What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Lou, man. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So I'm gonna be breaking down the Swiss franc versus the Japanese yen, which is the CHF JPY. So I took a buy on this trade, and I also took a sell on this trade last week. I took a buy here, and I closed out profits here, and I took a sell here, and I closed out profits here. So let's go ahead and break it down, and I'm gonna show you guys what I seen and how I view the market. So starting off on the daily time frame. I'm just going to go over market structure real quick. So we have our low here. We have a high here. I'm just looking at current price action, right? We need to go back all the way back here. So we have our low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then once we broke this, make a higher high, right? So this is just how price is flowing right now. So obviously we're going up. So we want to be taking buys, right? So we know that. So let's go over market structure again. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're forming bullish market structure. So we only want to be taking buys right now. So this is what I was looking at. Let's go ahead and get over to the technical chart. This is what I was looking at. So on the daily time frame, like I said, this is just my key levels and market structure. So we have a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So I just got this trend line in here off this touch, and I was going to see how it reacted here, and I took a buy off here, and I also got this trend line here, and I took a sell off it right here. So let me go ahead and take price back. So this is what I was looking at. When the price was right here, I already had this trend line in, hit this point, higher high, higher low, and then it just took off. So I just plotted that trend line to see if it can come back to it, what it'll do, right? So we just 1, 2, and then run it through. So the trend lines ran through. So now we're just waiting on price to come back here to test through. Because if you guys know how I trade, I just like to trade off third touches off the trend line, like more confluence, obviously. But that's what I look for. So we already got a 1 touch, 2 touch. Now I'm just waiting for a third touch. So I know that, and also I know that if you guys know patterns, there's a head and shoulders pattern that could be forming if you guys know what that looks like. So I was already keeping that in note that this could already be forming. So like I said, well, not this, but I don't know why I did all that. But I was just thinking that this could be forming right here, right? So I was already knowing that if price could come here, I was want to be taking buys. But I was also knowing that price could eventually come here if this head and shoulder pattern would, if it created a head and shoulder pattern, price would have to come here, right? So I was already going to take buys here, and I was going to start looking to take sales here once price got to it. So I was already going to look for 2 trades. So this is just what I was looking at. Like I said, it was a touch here. That was going to be the third touch. I was also looking at this. So 1 touch, oops, 2 touch, 3 touch. So we have our first touch, second touch, third touch, and then buyers got in here thinking it was going to go up here, and then it stopped and then broke down. So I was like, okay, this could be a little manipulation right here, and price could just stop all these buyers and then come down here. So I was keeping that in mind as well. So because once price makes this fat impulsive move, even though it could keep going higher, likely more than not it's going to come back to do a little retest. So that's what I was looking at, and that's what I was waiting for. So I was waiting for price to come back to this level because, like I just said, it would be a break of structure. So a break of structure. So price made, like we said down here, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price broke this little level structure right here, and let's see what happened. So it broke that structure like I said, and it was coming to test. Oops. And it was coming to test this level right here, right? So like I said, this was gonna be a third touch. So 1, 2. Now we have our third touch. As you can see, price came here and rejected. So that's one confluence. So the second confluence was this big support level. So you see how price came. Let's drop it down to the 4-hour. So you see how price came and it hit here and it bounced up. Hit here again, bounced up. Hit here again, bounced up. Well, this is another support level. So I was just thinking that price is going to come here, and if it rejected good, then it was going to bounce up. And you see these rejection levels? This is a good rejection level. So price came and it hit and rejected back up. Came down all the way down here, hit the trend line like what I was waiting for. So once it did that, I was like, "Yo, this is where I want to be getting in, somewhere around here." So it made that fat rejection, and then it made this rejection whip and closed up here. So this is where I was looking at the trade, and I was looking to get in somewhere around here. So I'm pretty sure I took a buy somewhere around this level. So it was like either something like this. So I have my stop loss down here, and I just have my take profit up here. Because like I said, this just had two confluences on this buy, right? It was just this trend line, 1, 2, and third touch, and it was just a support level. But the main confluence was that I knew, well, not knew, but I was thinking that price is going to come here to make a head and shoulders pattern. So this was a buy going into basically just a sell, not hedging, but just a buy going into a sell. So it was just giving more confluence onto my buy, if that makes sense. So let's see what happened, or let's just go to the trade so you guys can see. So this is what it looked like when I got in, and this is on the daily. So let's see if I can zoom in. So this is what it looked like on the daily. That's not really showing you nothing. So let's drop down to the lower time frame. And I was on my phone, so I couldn't get a good picture. So sorry about that. But this is on the 4 hour. So like I said, I didn't enter here, but this is when I got back to my phone so I could take a picture. But this is where I entered right here, right? So once it made this rejection wick, came up here, hit the psychological level, probably took out a little liquidity right here with this wick, and then I was thinking our prices are gonna keep going up. So I entered here, and then it made this candle. I was like, "Yep, we finna keep going up." So that's when I entered. Let's see what happened. Let's drop down to the 2 hour. Oh, actually, I didn't even show you guys my take profit and stop level. But it was something like this, right? I don't even gotta show you. It was something like this. But let me just go ahead and show you anyways. So it was 123,303. So it was right here. So I got in the trade right here, and then price is right here right now. So let's see what happens. So price came, retraced a little bit, and then hit psychological level of 124,500 to the T. And this is why I really like trading with psychological levels. And I started trading this like 4 or 5 months ago or something, and it's just overall helped my trading a lot more. And I look at levels a lot better. But it's just whenever you see a key level on a daily, this is how I mark it up. You can do whatever you want, but I just go to naked chart, and then however you want to plot your support and resistance, you just plot it, and then whatever the nearest zone is, you just mark it up to a psychological level. So if you mark up here and it's 25,408, you just put it 25,400. If this is your support level down here on the 6 hour, and you see price bouncing here, and it's 123,472, you just put 23,500. So, anyways, price came, hit this psychological level, 123,500, and I was just looking for it to come up to this level of 124,500, and that's what it did to the T. So, now let me tell you about this next trade I took, or not this next trade I took, but I was looking to take this trade, but I ended up never did. But like I said, I was wanting to take this sell right here, and I was waiting for a different rejection because it already rejected here, but I was waiting for a better rejection, because I didn't think that this was enough rejection. But look what happened with price, and I was asleep when this happened too. But I woke up seeing that, and I was waiting for price to come up and probably reject one more time, and then I was gonna take a sell somewhere right here, and then target down here, but that never happened. So look what happened. Price did that. So once it did that, I was like, dang, it didn't even come up to reject it another time. So this is what I was looking at for a different trade. So once it did that, it made the head and shoulders pattern. I was like, all right, bet. Now we made the head and shoulders pattern. We got this buy. We got like 3.4% profit on that trade. So, or was it 3.4% profit? 2.3. All right, so it was like 2.3% profit, right? So, or 2.3%, my fault. So we made like 2.3% on that trade. And then this next trade, I was looking. So once price came down and did that, like I said, on the 4 hour, and it didn't reject again, I was thinking that price is showing a lot of bearish action. So it wasn't going to keep going up for buys. So I was thinking that everybody that was coming down here to buy at this level was just gonna get stopped out, and the price is just gonna do this, retest somewhere along this level, and then go down to this next level. Because all price does is just bounce the levels, right? So like it's doing right here, it'll just bounce, 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 come down here, probably come back up here. But like it's showing right here, price just bounce through levels, right? Comes back up, bounce, 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 whatever. Whatever it does, just bounce through levels. So you just have to have your key levels good and just know where price is flowing. Just have good market, or just know market structure. So once price came down here, I was thinking that price is just gonna come down here, like I said, and break under that, stop out all the buyers on this level, and then come down here to retest and look for more sales. So once price had this level and this level, I went ahead and just drew this trend line right here, and I was gonna wait for a third touch in this level if price would have come down here and then retest like I said. So let's see what price did. So buyers probably got in the market right here because off all them rejections, you see how many rejections? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it all went up. But on this one, they thought it was gonna buy again, so price stopped them all out. And then once it did that, I was like, okay, price is still chilling along this level, so I was waiting for an actual break because this is still could just pop back up and it test here and go up. So you want to wait for an actual break, like if you were to get in right here, this wouldn't be a break. You see, I went up and then came back here, and it probably stopped them all out and then went up. Instead, if you would have waited for an actual break, like up here, okay, now it broke this level, confirmed actual break, not this. Now actual broke it. Now it's retesting and going up. So this wouldn't be an actual break. So I was like, okay, I'm waiting for it to actually break the level. Okay, so now I actually broke the level. So now once it did that, I was waiting for, if you guys know how I trade, what? Third touch, and then for it to come down here to this level. So I was already knowing it was a head and shoulders pattern. So it was left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We broke it. Now obviously we're just coming to test this neckline, and we're gonna drop. So previous support turns what? New resistance. So support, 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 support. You see how I turn resistance right here? Now we got a break. Now we're gonna wait for it to come back up, turn resistance again, and then take a sell. So like I said, this is the confluences. I had a one touch, two touch. I was waiting for a third touch, as well as all these support levels turn into resistance. So this key level. So all this turns into resistance. So trend line, key level, and I'm going to show you guys a fib too. So you see I hit the trend line, and you see all these rejections it was doing at the level. So I'm pretty sure I got in like exactly right here somewhere. So let's just mark it up. So I got in right here. I have my stop loss probably somewhere right here, and I was just targeting this level right here, right? I'm pretty sure my stop loss is closer than that. Let's see. One 123,658. 123,658. All right, so my stop loss is right here, so it's closer, right? So this trade was a 2.7%. If it were to hit full take profit, right? Oh no, actually I didn't even get in here. I got in at 123,430. So 123,430. Okay, I was gonna say that is a risk reward did not look good. But so I got in up here, right? So let's just drop down to the 1 hour. So I was seeing price reject like this. All right, so look, this is what happened. I was seeing price reject like this, and I knew that this wasn't going to be the level that I dropped from. So once it dropped like this and it came back up, I was like, okay, that probably just took a lot of liquidity. Sellers probably thought it was going to drop from here, and then it came back up here. Probably stopped them out with this wick, and then hit the trend line like I said, because I always wait for a third touch, and as you can see, it didn't touch it right here. And it touched it right here. So I was like, okay, bet. And then I got in right here off that rejection. So price started pushing down, and I got in right here. So prices, I'm already in profit right now, and price is dropping. and also had a fib level from this break right here to this. So even though the overall market structure on a higher time frame is this low, this high, or this low, lower high, lower low, it was also on the lower time frame, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low, lower high, lower low. So I just had a fib from here to the swing low, and I was just looking at price come up to here at this 78.6, and I was just looking at a reject. And also you could have had a fib from here to here, and it would have been hitting 61.82. So it was just hitting two of those fibs, and I was just looking at those levels. So price was rejecting there, and that's where I wanted to take my trade from. So that's where I took it from, and let's see what happened. And I'm gonna put screenshots in this also, so you guys can see the breakdowns I was taking because I was showing it at the same time. All right, so let's drop down to the 2 hour. Like I said, market structure on the lower time frame, I was looking at as a lower high. When we had our low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I put a fib from here to here, and it was coming up to 78.6. So I was looking at all this rejection. I just wanted to get in here, so I got in here. Let's see what happened. So this is literally within like, what is this, 2 hour? So I got in here. This is in like 5 hours, 6 hours. And normally when I take trades, they take around like, it just depends because every trade is different, obviously. But it takes like probably 2 to 4 or 5 days to take profit or something like that. But this trade had to take profit in a couple hours. So it was just an overall good trade. And if you want me to summarize the whole thing up, basically, I was looking at this bullish market structure, and I got in here off a third touch. So it was a 1, 2, third touch, but I was already looking for a head and shoulders pattern, so that I was just adding more confluence onto this trade. But I didn't end up taking this trade. So basically, it was a support level. Came back here, I got in here off this wick too. So I was gonna get into sell here, but didn't. Price broke this level, showing a lot of bearish action because we didn't keep going up from here and break this structure and go up here, break this, or hit this level and then break and then keep making higher highs and higher lows basically. Instead, we broke all these levels, so all this support level and all these buyers that was right here, they all got stopped out. And then we broke this level completely, and then we came back, rejected, retested, and then got in up here, and then we fell. And it hit this psychological level of 122,500 to the T, and look how rejected it went right back up. So like I said, that's why you gotta have psychological levels, because it's just more accurate, right? Because look at this psychological level. You see how it was a 123,500. You see how price came, hit it, fell, hit it exactly, fell, hit it, not right here, but came, hit it for liquidity right here and fell, and it came right exactly back to this level. That's just why you gotta have psychological levels, just because it's more accurate. But anyways, that was the trade. That was the breakdown. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it down in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.